Against the big dog Roman Reigns, although now it looks like the architects out Roman and it's going to be Elias. Oh, look at Reigns. Rollins wasted little time going after Mahal and Elias, and up in the gate doing battle.
Rollins has been on a tear in recent months like we've maybe never seen before.
Well, both Reigns and Rollins in the score to settle with Jinder Mahal, who attacked them both with a steel. WWE Network against Elias. Roman Reigns, meanwhile, goes one-on-one with Jinder. Rollins and Reigns, and Rollins forearm to the jaw and a big elbow.
I mean, he makes a great argument. I mean, technically, he did beat Brock Lesnar. His feet touched first.
The steel cage at the greatest Royal Rumble in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, back in April.
And night in, night out.
Well, the referee's decision in that match is final.
It is. Championship in WWE. Cover, kick out at 2 as he battles Rollins for the
Seth Rollins, who has defended his championship proudly night after night. 7.
Take nothing away from Elias, who is star is rising here.
Forming Seth Rollins yet.
Right, but it would definitely be a great accomplishment. It would absolutely propel Elias to the next tier here in WWE.
When I asked him, he was upset with the fact that Seth Rollins interrupted his planned concert last week.
I welcomed it.
Look at Rollins, chin locking. Elias in control of Rollins.
And Rollins proved just how tough he was last week after Elias smashed him with the guitar.
Yeah, took to Twitter to offer that piece of advice. With Elias.
One thing I absolutely respect about Elias, while he won't win any matches with style.
Elias is a thick dude, too. I got to give him that. You know, just seeing his delta stuff, seeing the guy walk around.
Seth Rollins claims that broken guitars don't get the last word. Roman Reigns and Elias not allowing that to happen. Telegraph that one.
Rollins out of the way just in the nick of time, but
with the whip into the corner of Rollins, and Rollins looking to fight out and somehow make a tag to Roman Reigns. And tag Reigns! Here comes Roman, who faces Mahal and 2 in. Facing the full fury of Roman Reigns. However, catches Reigns in the face, but then a boot from Reigns himself.
Just in time to put a boot to the jaw of Elias.
Roman Reigns in position, locked and loaded. That allowed Elias to scoot out of harm's way. Taking his time outside the ring. Raw continues. And we are back live on Monday Night Raw.
Roman Reigns looking for a drive-by. Sunil Singh would pull Jinder out of the way. Bang!
David saving Jinder Mahal and allowed his team to take control here.
Yeah, he really does. And they have great...
People give Sunil such a hard time. Since Sunil Singh's been around, everything comes up Mahal. Cover.
Come on, man.
I didn't say I didn't see it. I said I don't understand why people criticize it.
Oh, you're giving him a pass.
The Bank pay-per-view event on the WWE Network.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Jinder had a
champion last year and wants to become a champion here on Monday Night Raw. Since coming over
to inflict punishment on Roman Reigns before we even get to Money in the Bank.
And also for Elias, is it
last week cover
isn't enough to put Reigns away. Kick out at 2 by Roman Reigns.
And you're right. Elias would love to soften Seth up before Chicago.
He turned his attention and allowed Roman Reigns to build a little bit of momentum. Here fall for Elias. Frequent tags by
just keeping him right in the middle of the ring.
Common enemies.
Former members of the Shield. I expect Rollins and Reigns to be on the same page at all times. Never works.
Seth Rollins realizes Roman's in trouble, dying to get back. A low drop creates separation, and now can Roman make it to his partner?
The opening Reigns has been waiting for.
Roman's got to feel like he's a mile away from Rollins.
Tag to Elias.
Swing blade.
Elias floats into the cover. Is it enough to win this matchup? Near fall for the Intercontinental Champion.
A nagging neck injury.
Again, the attack with the guitar last week by Elias that drove Seth Rollins
on his neck right now, but it goes to show his toughness. He's still here tonight.
Rollins lands on the apex action. Sets up Elias with a Falcon Arrow. Is it enough to put him away? Rollins
coming to the aid of Elias.
And looking for the Colossus. Meanwhile, it's Roman Reigns with a super.
Now measuring Elias.
Drive-by!
That'll change your tune.
And now Seth Rollins may have Elias in position. And again, Sunil. And Jinder Mahal.
Jinder simply returning.
Reigns is set into the WWE Universe. Look out, look out.
Right on the ear of Elias.
Suicide dive.
Oh, but Rollins crashed.
Injured neck. And now Singh with a steel chair.
Yeah, what's your classy friend doing
About this.
Rollins' neck
taking advantage.
Rollins' neck could be destroyed.
And now he looks to put away the Intercontinental Champion.
I think Rollins is...
And looking to inflict more damage on Rollins.
This is unnecessary.
The drift away.
Here are your winners, Jinder Mahal and Elias.
Psychological advantage for Elias as we head toward Money in the Bank.
Rollins as well.
With Jinder Mahal coming to the aid of his friend Sunil with another momentary distraction.
Boom! Capitalized with the drift away, that spinning neck breaker. And Elias put Money in the Bank in his match with Roman Reigns. Major. What that means is the man to get the most falls in those 30 minutes becomes Intercontinental Champion. Could figure himself into some of those decisions on Ziggler's behalf.
I guarantee you Seth Rollins knows.
And there is no question that the...
I dare you!
Air Scotland.
Talk about getting inside your opponent's head. McIntyre just manhandled Rollins.
Come Sunday, if Drew McIntyre is not at ringside, it will allow Seth Rollins to have an agree with you guys.
Now Seth Rollins measuring his man.
Stick and move. This might be the strategy that Rollins needs to apply. Oh, headlock. Wow, look at this. This is
Headlock takedown and neutralizing Rollins.
You know, these guys call themselves the future.
Dolph Ziggler's got to be enjoying every moment. Seth's tried.
McIntyre warned right on the jaw. But a shoulder tackle by McIntyre.
A picture-perfect drop kick. Oh, look at this. Wow.
Wow!
The power of McIntyre.
I think Drew really wanted to show the entire world, show us, and most importantly, show...
McIntyre talks a lot about his first run here in WWE when he was in WWE, and when he was fired, he realized, I got to work hard. And now he's
Drew McIntyre, then the chosen one. I mean, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally. Named Dolph Ziggler.
And he doesn't need to make friends. Drew doesn't need friends this time around. Drew
McIntyre sends Rollins flying. Cover by Drew again. Hooks the leg on Rollins. And
great seated abdominal stretch now by Drew McIntyre. Burn it down, trying to will Rollins on.
Drew's doing a great job because he knows.
Grounding Rollins. This has been a perfect attack.
He accelerates into a brick wall named McIntyre. Different style this Sunday at Extreme Rules. Almost a polar opposition in styles.
It almost feels like Dolph had a conversation with Drew back. The game plan that Drew McIntyre is playing with right now.
I would bet money you're absolutely right on that.
You want to show the world what you're made of.
Well, he didn't like for a second.
McIntyre sent over.
Listen, Seth calls himself the architect for a reason. He knows the mental game as well as the physical.
Continues live on Raw. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, live tonight in Boston, Massachusetts. Rollins with a victory. Rollins on the WWE Network. But things do not look good for Seth Rollins.
Things look down.
Anything out of the arsenal, and he's put it on Seth
Cover
Rollins.
Cover again, and a kick out by Rollins.
Seth Rollins, 220-something pounds. I mean, that is no small feat for what McIntyre, back into what he's seeing right now.
Every move Dolph is making, everything he is doing.
Seth Rollins is pretty much the antithesis of what they have a problem with here in WWE, to the fight every single night. That said, McIntyre made it clear.
Your point, Corey, is the fact that Rollins is not going to stand idly by. He's going to work hard to get his chance.
Everything is like a pyramid. The higher you go, the less opportunities that there are, and they can respect Seth Rollins.
They do that very well, no doubt about it. And again, the
Reason why Dolph retains this coming Sunday as he just continues to punish Seth Rollins
here and make sure that McIntyre's banned Sunday.
Again, it would beat down all night tonight. There's no way he feels great going against Ziggler.
Would you?
Separation, McIntyre trying to fight back now. And look at this. And turnbuckle on this buys Seth some time. Looking to regroup here and climb back into this match.
On the offensive, but to get control.
Do what he does best, pick up the pace. Text Seth Rollins, trying to knock the big Drew McIntyre down.
Sure, McIntyre wasn't thinking about that wicked Claymore kick And Seth just beat him to the punch that time.
Side dive again. This time it's effective as he knocks Drew down.
Rollins wants to make sure that McIntyre is not a factor this Sunday.
But Drew McIntyre, a Rollins victory ensures McIntyre's banned from ringside for by McIntyre. It has been quite the night here tonight. We kicked off the show with
absolute pandemonium earlier in the night, and what you're seeing right now is why Seth Rollins.
Amazing one final piece of the puzzle. We're going to find out here in a matter of moments if Drew
wear McIntyre down, maybe thinking about a buckle bomb, but the agility is
Buster to McIntyre. Rollins to make sure McIntyre's not at ringside on Sunday. Airman match. It's 30 minutes. Within those 30 minutes, the man who picks up the most fall.
You can see in Seth's eyes, the fire started burning once again. The
Clean sweep on Sunday that Rollins won't even pick up a fall.
That's entirely possible.
McIntyre's in, well, he was in place for the stomp. Sidestep Seth.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. Face first goes Rollins.
Good. Survive that.
And now I think we're starting to see it get to Dolph Ziggler just a little bit.
First goes Rollins, and somehow the Kingslayer escaped before the refs counted 3.
The burn it down chance again. Fill the garden here in Boston. Rollins scoops him up.
I think once again, McIntyre might have been thinking about the
closing kick out, but at this point, to me, Drew McIntyre is a set.
Dolph Ziggler, you see the look on his face. He's realizing what he...
Your back's broken.
And now Drew McIntyre bouncing Rollins. Still not the champ.
This is nuts.
What is
this? Whatever Drew
buys himself critical time here as he tries to regroup against Drew.
I think his left foot is caught.
Oh, he's caught all right. Seth Rollins are going to capitalize before.
So innovative.
Wow! Oh my Lord!
How quick was that?
Stop. What can't Drew McIntyre do tonight?
The things he is able to do in the ring.
Rollins caught him. Now Rollins, Falcon Arrow. Is it enough to beat McIntyre?
Himself right now.
I'm getting a kick out of watching Dolph Ziggler and seeing how much this
is a hell of a match. Dolph Ziggler's emotions telling the entire story. His headbutt.
Glasgow kiss.
Cover. Enough to beat him. No, Rollins.